helps if I don't do a loop. Hello, people. Sorry we're a bit late. It's my fault. Unfortunately, it's not unfortunately. Mr. Proudlock has had a power cut because he forgot to pay the meter, and he's stuck with me in Chipperfield tonight.
Sinclair's pulled the plug on him, so he's unfortunately got to, he's got to sort it back out.
So he's stuck with me in Chippers, isn't it? Just before we start, if you do like what you see, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and Chip asked you a fucking twat. I've just seen that underneath your name.
Was that on Friday?
No, I didn't see it. Still a twat. And hit the notification bell for when you'll be notified on when the next shows will be. So we are reviewing the Newcastle 3 and Newcastle 2 Burnley 1 game from yesterday, and we're going to dive into it. Obviously, Chip was finished work for 3 o'clock, and I don't know how much of the game he missed.
To be honest, I only missed the first 15 minutes. I managed to get home like Usain Bolt and not straight away put it on. So I only missed, I think they hit the bar and that's it. The rest of it I've seen, so.
Nice. When you seen the lineups, what did you thought of Newcastle's?
Well, I still think he could easily give Dan Burn a rest. I know we didn't really have anybody else to play, but it's a case of, it seems to me that he plays him no matter what he plays. So Lewis Hall gets rested, Dan Burn goes left back. If Botman gets taken out the side, he puts Dan Burn to centre half to play with Howe. If he doesn't seem to rest him either way. Listen, we're having to make changes yesterday. We've got, a Champions League game coming up, and we've got the inbred derby coming up. So we need to rotate, and he did. Whether those players that got rotated and came in took their chances, possibly not. You've got to say Anthony Gordon did take his chance, because I thought he was the best player on the pitch, which is the first time in a long time I've said that. So, the main thing for me is we won yesterday. I know the game was an absolute shit show for me of how to almost bollocks up a win, but we've won. That's it for me. After this review, I don't think we'll be playing that game back too many times, because it was something that you don't really want to see again.
The fact is, I would say the second half was poor, but I thought the first half was a bit more lively than the first half.
Yeah, I think it was a slow burner for us, but when we got the goals that we did, their player got sent off for Langer being through. That could have been 3-0 there. I think half-time came at the wrong time for us, because we were really on top then, and I think had it gone a bit longer, we would have scored 3 or 4. Obviously, we're getting at half-time, and we know the usual Eddie Howe spiel, and second half was a case of, I found it odd what we were doing. Was it game management? Was it to go out to get a 3rd or 4th? I really don't know. But to concede a goal to them in the second half and nearly concede another goal, bearing in mind down to 10 men, isn't good enough. Against the better side, against a Leverkusen, dare I say it, against a Sunderland side who are, having a good season by their standards, they may punish us and score. So this is something that needs to change, and for me, it's a case of, it looked like the second half we ran out of ideas a bit when we didn't get that 3rd goal. It looked, it was a case of, well, we can't get the 3rd goal, so we'll keep it at 2, rather than let's still keep pushing for it. I don't know, the way we play, it's kind of like we shoot ourselves in the foot, and teams don't have to play well to score. It's like Burnley didn't have to play well to get that corner and score yesterday. it could have been avoided by, instead of us sitting back in the last 5 minutes of the game, keep going at them. So, but like I've just said, after this review, I'm really not going to watch that game back at all, because it was something I really don't want to see.
But the fact is, we could have been more. We could have had 5 or 6 in the second half if it wasn't for Dubravka.
Yeah, people don't seem to consider that factor as well. Dubravka had probably his best game for Burnley. He'll probably have his best game of the season.
I heard a couple of people say yesterday, why did we sell Dubravka?
And now people don't seem to realise how old he is. Was he 35? We had to sell him.
But the fact is, he's I know Burnley was shit. He's one of the bright spots in the team.
Well, when your goalkeeper is man of the match, does that not tell you how bad you are?
Exactly.
If your goalkeeper is going to be man of the match, that tells you how one-sided of a game it is.
Tom Neves said he's 36.
36. There you go. I'm sorry, but you can't have a 36-year-old on the books. You've got to have a youngish. For us, if we are wanting to progress and wanting to kick on and wanting to keep challenging for going to European competitions and challenging for cups and eventually challenging for the Premier League, I say eventually, that's going to be a long time down the line yet, but you need a young squad, because you need to have a young squad rather than an aging squad who, clearly, if things don't work out, don't have a sell-on value. So we had to get rid of Dubravka. I think, listen, he was fantastic for it, but his time would come, and everybody's time comes eventually. So
I would just want to quickly ask you a question, Chippers. And today, I'm going to try and get the comments on my laptop, but while trying to load them up. But I've got a question for you, for everybody. In the grand schemes of things now, who would you rather have had net out of Pope, Dubravka, or Ramsdale?
Well, what I'm going to say, again, people might like I'm going to say, but this is only Ramsdale's second league start in a row. It's only his second league game. We saw when Nick Pope came back from injury last season, his first few games, he was rusty as hell. But then after 5 or 6, after 5 or 6 games, he looked like Nick Pope of what he's capable of. So give him a run of games first, and that's it. Listen, he's still not great on crossing, but that might come with time and trusting who he's got in front of him, because they need to build up a relationship. He's just literally been thrown into a side last week, so he plays against Leverkusen. Things might change. He knows he's going to play against Leverkusen. He knows he's going to probably play at Sunderland. At least he does that. He can build up a relationship with the people in front of him. And Dubravka, for me, listen, great beat, like I said, great term for it. But for me, his times, for us, is done. We had to cut our losses with him, because otherwise we would have risked losing him this summer for nothing. And also Nick Pope, listen, it was time for him to be taken out the side. It just was. We couldn't sustain having him on the side, and let's be honest, since he's gone out the side, we've won more games. So let's wait and see what happens when he comes back and see what Eddie does.
Brian just said happy with the 3 points, but there's still problems there. It's unsustainable. It just papers over the cracks. That second half was absolutely honking.
Oh, I know the second half was honking and it was shocking, but for me, I'm trying to forget about it after tonight, because we've got a game on Wednesday. So as soon as tonight's done, let's move on from Saturday and say that we've won a game and that's it. That's how I'm looking at it as.
If my comment comes up from Lee, he says evening all. It's not coming up on. There we go. Evening all. How you all keeping good? What a goal from Bruno yesterday. Brilliant corner goal this season so far. I mean, what did you think of Bruno's goal yesterday, Chippers? Did you think he meant it, or it was a fluke?
I just couldn't believe what I saw. I thought, has he just done, I thought, have we just scored from a corner? Because usually we don't score from corners at all. So it scored direct from one. I think he's the first one ever to do it for the club, isn't he? To score for direct from a corner. So, listen, if you'd seen them with set pieces against Spurs, you know, Miley had been doing the same thing. I think he'd been doing the same thing. And was it Vicario on net for them? I tip a few over that were direct. So it's clear that we've been working on that in training, and obviously Bruno's executed it beautifully. It's another strength with both. We can score from set pieces because it's something we've been very critical of. So if we can start adding that, like we scored a couple of set pieces at Everton last week. Did we score one? No, we didn't. We scored one yesterday direct from a corner. So we need the players we've got to start utilising our set pieces because we've got quite a few tall lads in there. But the score direct from a corner, I mean, I was a bit speechless because I've never seen us do that. But I just thought that's the quality of him. That's the quality of Bruno. So,
Right, my comments are froze. Yeah. Fuck's sake. I know again. Right. Oh, Jesus Christ. That Pokeland account.
how much is the CD?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, I've lost it. Where? Last comment. Actually, found them. Jesus Christ. Sorry, everybody. I'm just waiting. Just go on back up the comment. I forgot my laptop. I forgot where never gone. Lee says they are slacking already 3 minutes. Oh no, that's mean so too. I was running late because I haven't been back in long. So I was at the gates again this afternoon. Charlie says Telly's getting good scene too. Oh God. David R says 3 points on the board, but I was also disgusted with the second half performance. Stoppage time was disgraceful. We are zero control to see the game out, and we didn't get punished. I mean, what did you think? What we are a bit baffled with the how many at a time was put on.
What after the 3 minutes in general?
Yeah.
Not really, because of the fact they scored or the VAR check. I think Atwell was rubbish yesterday, to be honest, as well. So that combination, I wasn't surprised. It seemed to me that after we got our what was he called, was sent off? Their left back Perez, or Robert Perez, whatever he's called.
He
was sent off, and the penalty, he gave us nothing. It just seemed he gave them anything, and the fouls he was giving them weren't really fouls. They were just things that there were body checks, and there weren't things where you go, it's a foul to Burnley, it's a foul. I just think it was one of those games where he didn't let anything go. It was a case of he just blew up for everything, and there was no momentum in the game. But like I said, we've won. That's the main thing. That's the only thing I can take from yesterday is we've won.
Yeah. Charlie, he says, I think Peter's channel could do with a fresh look. It's old and dated, and the intro music is all off-putting. Well, Charlie, me and Tipmas can't help it because I think Peter likes his heavy metal, and David Darcy has give everybody a big wave, lads. Hello. I'm not going through that shit again. Ben says, "Hi, how are you? Good to see you. We said debut. I mean, like going on about we saw. What did you think of him when he came on?
Yeah, for someone who hasn't played for a while, he looked quite sharp. Watching him off the ball, he's got good movement, and you could see that they were scared of him because he was kept attracting defenders away, and he kept freeing up space, and he kept wanting to get in behind the defenders, which is something different, which is not something we haven't had this season. He could have done better with the situation where he got the ball, and I don't know if he was in two minds whether to cross or shoot. But that'll obviously with games he'll change and be fine. But yeah, it's we need it because Voldemort has knackered. You can just see he's played like 12 games in a row or something since he's come. It's too much for him. So it's an option that we were desperately needing to get back fit, and thankfully he's not going to the AFCON as well. So we're going to have, hopefully, touch wood, some options coming up in the next few weeks to start and rest, but rotate between Voltamada and Visser.
Lee's asked us to win Dean Gates and Mason. It most certainly is, and it's been like that all afternoon.
It's just been windy here all of a sudden, but it's alright. I think it's going to stop shortly anyway. It's only past an hour because it's peeing it down.
David said Harry Wilson with another double worldy goal to Dean Mason and get him to the tune. I haven't seen his goal today because I was at the Gates again this afternoon.
It was outside of his left foot. It was like do you know when Bruno had that shot yesterday which went over?
Aye.
That's how his foot. It was like that, but it was with his left foot and went in the corner. Like it bent away.
If Burnley scored that set and stoppage time, can you imagine the crowd reaction at full time? Ho, yes. Especially the people around me. Christ. Good evening to Coffee. Good evening to Tom Lynch. I'm good, thank you. Obviously, Chipperfield know what's happened and somebody from the case game who I know we were speaking about what's happened today. And I was going to tell you after Tippers. Good evening, John. What?
What? I don't know.
No, I was saying because me and my mate at the Gates game was speaking about what's happened, what happened on Friday.
All right, aye.
Good evening to Celtic 1. I mean Ian Fleming.
Jambos.
I do apologise for me. I'm still reading the comments out, but it's not coming up on the screen. I do apologise. Good evening to John Green as well. David Arce says, I know it hasn't came up on the screen, but he says, when are the goals from open play vote? Where are the goals from open play vote against 10 men? We should be destroying that poor side St James's Park, struggling to find positives after that second half display. I mean, I do agree with David a little bit. Teams like Burnley who have been struggling all season and have only won 3 games this season.
Yeah, we should be, but we're not exactly playing on full tilt at the minute. We're still not on full cylinders yet. So, listen, a win's a win. We've got to take it. We haven't been great at all this season, have we? If you look back, apart from you'll probably see the Man City game, the Everton game last week, and the Liverpool game at home earlier in the season, we haven't been great at all. We've been pretty poor this season. So, listen, we all expected what the steamroll them, and especially what happened at half time being an extra man up. But you know, if a situation arises where we win 2-1 yesterday, like we did, and then we go to the Mackems and win, then are you going to be complaining about not steamrolling Burnley? Because I won't be bothered.
No. Good evening. John's Lacey's Portman, and obviously the Proudlock merch. He's hello, mate, since it was when any of you like a pair of signed socks. For fuck's sake. Good evening to Julie J. Hello to Andrew DB as well. I forgot to read out your comment as well, because you know what it is. I was struggling to find it, and obviously when I had seen it, I forgot to press it, and obviously it was taking ages for it to press on my laptop. So if you're still watching, Andrew, hope you're doing well. David says the Browns just gotten out, but we are left with an absolute garbage goalkeeping options. That's what I meant. In my opinion, we should have kept Dubravka, because I think he's a better keeper out of the two of them. He's better. He's a good shot stop, and he's better with his feet.
Yeah, but he's 36-year-old Mason.
But still, you know what it is, Chipmaz? Buffon played till he was 42, 45. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
But times have changed since then, though.
Very true. William Murray says, annoyingly, I would watch the game yesterday as the Fire Stick I had to watch the 3 o'clock games wasn't working for some reason.
I wouldn't brag with having a Fire Stick watching it, mate.
I was thinking, did you not watch it on the Fire Stick now?
Yes, but I'm not going to blag it, Mason. I'm not going to say I watch on my Fire Stick. You don't know who's watching.
But everybody knows what people watch on that site. Good evening, Joe. Good evening, Joe. John Green says a great trip. I'll have to give Ramsdale a few games. He's made less mistakes than Pope. Fair enough. Coffee says the Premier League Indian account has made no mention of Bruno's goal. If it was a Big Six club player, he would have milked it for 4 weeks. I'm sure the UK Premier League site mentioned something like that now.
The UK one did. It'd be all over Sky if it was one of the usual doing it.
Paul Glant, what bugged me today, I'm just going to mention it here. What's Jamie Carragher's son got to do with... Because he scored more goals. He's only scored one more goal. You need to score one more goal to tally with how much Jamie Carragher scored in his career.
Who? Jamie Carragher,
who plays for Wigan in League One. He scored his 3rd goal of his career yesterday. And he only needs one more to match the tally up with his dad's scoring record.
Well, has he tallied the own goals as well that he scored?
Nah. I'll find it. I'll put it in Tony's group chat later on. And obviously, Paul Grant merch says Christmas CD is available on website soon. Fuck's sake. I know who that is. Joe says yes, we didn't play well yesterday for a long fuck's sake. Yeah. Now what fuck I wanted to put it on big speak.
I would just scroll down to the bottom and start and just apologise if you can't get all the comments out, and then just go from there.
I'm popping the chat. I'm putting the pop-up chat up so I can read it. I do apologise, people. Aye, the Wi-Fi is better, David, but it doesn't work on fucking StreamYard though. Right. There we go. Where's Joe's question? Yes, we didn't play well yesterday for a lot of the game, but great teams are built on one's great victories when playing shite. That's what he said. And thank you to Martin Watson, who's been a member for 22 months on the channel. Andrew says, "Oh, the socks crusty poor for fuck's sake." Good evening to Martin Watson. Pika says, "I bought the Proudlock Christmas CD for fuck's sake." David said, "What do you think of Alanga? And are you seeing some improvement?" He said it to me. He said it to me, but I want to throw the question to you as well, Chippers. Do you think he's seen a bit of improvement?
Well, he's got an assist to his name, and he's got a player sent off yesterday for pretty much using his pace. So he's, I would say, yes, but I still want a hell of a lot more from him for his price tag. He couldn't have been much worse than he already has. But like I said, the last couple of games, he started to got an assist, and he got a player sent off yesterday pretty much for his pace for going through one-on-one. So he must be starting to turn a corner. And I think the fact he's obviously just had a baby as well that's probably helped, because the baby's born now. So I think it's as my brother will know, it's the worrying part's over about the baby coming. It's a case of now it's here. You can deal with it that way, and he can go out and do his football, hopefully on the pitch, and there's no more worrying for him. He can just concentrate on his football now that the baby has been born. Because I don't think that would have helped him at all. The fact he's come up here, he's come up with a different club. He's obviously missus is pregnant, and his best mate's just left, so or is in the percent of leaving. So that probably hasn't helped him. So now he can settle down. The fact his baby's being born, he's had a better couple of weeks. Like maybe now he's got something, sort of a platform, i.e. an assist, and having a bit of confidence to go through one-on-one and getting a player sent off opposition to use his pace, that it'll come. I mean, he put some good balls in yesterday. It's just a shame Votamar was tired, because he could have been on the end of a couple of them.
Ben says, "Do you think we'll hammer the Mackhams next Sunday?" You know what it is? I'll be happy with a draw.
I think we'll definitely. It depends what Newcastle turn up.
Honestly, I'll be happy with how the game plans out. I'll be happy with a draw.
One thing we've got an advantage of next week is not many of their players have played in a time we had Derby, if any. Apart from Ballard, the rest of them haven't really played in it, and probably don't know what it's about. A lot of our players were here for the game at the Stadium of Shite a few years ago, so likes of a Bruno, Dan Burn, Trippier, players like that will prove essential this week, and telling them what it means to this club and what it means to the fans.
Obviously, me and Peter will probably dive into the preview after the Bayer Leverkusen game. Obviously, I need to start my graphics as well. I've got the graphics. I've got the graphics Xhaka one ready for whenever we do the Bayer Leverkusen preview.
Presume we'll be doing that on Tuesday.
Even tomorrow, Tuesday. Martin says, "Keep chin up, Mason. Doing a good job, lads." Thank you, Martin. Doubted Ian. I can't see he's win the league. Thank you, Lee. John says the Dubs 9 in a row who was dropped for Pope. Look at the point. Look at the points we have dropped since then. Should have saw Pope, not Dubs, despite the age. Pope is not that much younger than Dubs, and that comes from John Green.
Well, I think he's quite a lot younger. He's with 3 or 4 years different.
Aye. Lee says Alanga's gone from a 2 out of 10 to a 5 out of 10. Alanga has improved. A run of games does wonders. Ramsdale will improve. For Alanga, he's the number one keeper. True. And then David says 100% agree to us. We'll now see a different and dangerous Alanga. Fully back in Alanga and think in the second half of the season we will see a top class winger. That's from David. Julie G says draw is not good enough in my opinion. The reason why I went for a draw is with the way it's with their home form. They haven't won at home all season. That's why I've said I'll be happy with a draw.
Well, the thing is that, like I've just said, a lot of our players are experienced in this game now because they've played one. A lot of them don't probably know what's about, and I think they'll have a full week to prepare for it. It's just a case of, for me, what they do, because if we know what we're going to do, we will have a go at them. But
the
for
fact
me,
is,
if
I'm just
they,
going to say it.
sorry,
I'm just going to say it here quickly. Their squad's changed a hell of a lot since the last time we played them.
it has, but like I said, they don't know what a derby experience is for this type of derby. For me, I can see them, if they want a result, they'll have to low block us, because that's the only way we struggle. If they play football against us, we can cut them open with the players we've got. That's the worry for them, because of, if you look at Gordon, who's just come slowly back into form, you've got Alanga, who's rapid, you've got Voltamada, who's, for a tall lad, he's one-touch football. He's capable of getting the ball, pinging it straight off and setting somebody away. Bruno's capable of pinging them one out for the wingers to get going. You've got Vista now back as well, who's capable of making runs in behind defenders. They could be in bother if they play football against us next week, because the way they do play football, but they will get a hammering off someone, because that happens. You know, it's the way they've started this season. They're going to lose games eventually. I mean, who's to say that getting Howard off Man City isn't the start of their form dropping?
David's just said here, if we can repeat the away performance, then I think we can hit Sunderland. Just think some of our younger lads will find the atmosphere difficult. I think some of their young, I know Haidara's not going to be Haidara, the lad who they got from Strasbourg, is going to be missing on Sunday. But the fact is,
Luke Onion's been missing as well.
O'Nine's suspended after the tackle. I seen the picture of the tackle he done yesterday. And that, what's that left back called? Who they got from Madrid?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Ronaldo, what he's called.
Possibly, I don't know.
He was out yesterday, and they're going to be checking on him for next Sunday. But the fact is, as well, they've got a couple of young'uns as well. Will they might find the atmosphere difficult as well, because they've got that obviously Siddiqui, who else? Hugh, and obviously they've still got Hume. That young keeper as well, and they got from the Eredivisie. The fact is, the only one who's experienced a high-profile derby is Xhaka. That's it. Because he's experienced North London derbies. And our derby's the fact is, our derby's on another level as well than the North London derby. Lisa said that. And Lisa said this time next week will be either over the moon or absolutely fuming. Ian talking to each other. Nick's form's dipped in the last couple of games from Julie. Do you think?
I think it's digressed because of, obviously, he's played that much football. He's just generally knackered.
Aye. I think we shall probably play a little bit more next Sunday, or it depends on Wednesday. But yeah. Just before we go on to the player ratings, it was. Do you think our goal was a penalty yesterday?
Oh, aye. It was a penalty. I mean, he was playing volleyball, wasn't he?
What the fuck was Ugochukwu doing?
He was volleyball, wasn't it?
And obviously we've already mentioned the Burnley penalty, but do you think theirs was a penalty as well?
Yeah, I don't know what Ramsey's doing. If we defend it better, he doesn't need to do that. It's poor. It really is.
What I say is massive game, 6 point, proper 6-pointer. David R says, I can see a couple of red cards next weekend. Joe Linton going both concerns me as we know what they're like in these type of build-up games. I mean, if
he might not play Joe Linton next week.
He might probably play him on Wednesday, put him on the bench again, and then probably play him against Fulham in the cup. That depends what happens in there for the week. Obviously, what happens on Wednesday night, and obviously, if any if the son Mackham players gets injured in training this week, and That Masaka wants to leave, so you're probably not going to see him on Sunday. Apart from that, right.
What wants to leave Sunderland?
That Masaka who played for West Ham. Yeah, he wants to leave because he's not getting enough game time. Right. We'll go into the player ratings now. Wait. Yeah. We'll start with Aaron Ramsdale.
I'll give him a 5. Didn't really have much to do, but would still need to see more from him. That's what I would say.
Aye. I'll probably give him the same because I think his punching needs to improve a little bit. And apart from that, he did nothing.
Yeah.
So I'll give him a 5 as well. Julius went for a 6, Rams 4.5. Morton. Ramsdale 5 from William Murray. Next on the list. And John Greens came in with a 6 for Ramsdale as well. Tino.
I'll give him a. I want to give him a 6 or 6.5 because I don't think he was great yesterday. I think the way Tino played pretty much was how we played. I don't think we were great, so I'll give him a 6.5.
Yeah, I do agree what you said. 6. I'll probably give him a 6 as well because he didn't look on top on speed. It's like the past a couple of games, but we just have to see what happens. Livermore were 5 from Martin. Lee says difference between us and the Mackhams is the only thing we are about every season's beating us. We are more bothered than trying to win something getting to Europe. Fair enough. 6 from Ian, 6.5 from John. Ramsdale 6 from Ian. John says Tino 6.5. Ian says 7 for Tino. Lee says 6. And William and Ben says 7. Next on the list, Joe.
I'll give him an 8. Again, solid. Doesn't really put a foot wrong, and he's like, we'll call it Botman the Rolls Royce, but I would say he's more of a Rolls Royce than Botman. He doesn't seem to ever get flustered by anything, and whenever he does his job, it's always effective.
I'll give him a 9. I thought he was one of the best. I thought he was one of the best players on the pitch yesterday.
The only reason I'm giving him 8 is because he didn't really have much to do as well. Again, it was quite a quiet game for him. But what he had to do is did it effectively.
I'll give him a 9. Julie 6.5 for Tino, and then 7.5 for Chow. Ben says 8.5. John says solid 8. Chow 8.5 from Ian. William says Chow and 8, and then obviously Lee says 7.5. Next on the list, Fabian Shaw.
Difficult to score Shaw. I give him a 5 because you can see that the old Shaw isn't there where he would be able to ping a long ball out, and I think he doesn't look as comfortable on the ball as what he did do. I mean, again, though, he didn't really have much to do. So I think I'll give him a 5. I think you could say that his age is catching up on him, though.
Yeah, I'll probably give him a 4. I thought he was poor yesterday. Yeah. Lee says Botman is the Knackerberger. John says Shaw a 5 poor. Ian says 6.5 for Shaw. Ben says a 6. Julie is 6. William is 6. Paul Glance Merch says 3.48. And Lee Mag says 5. Last one out of back 4. And Lee says your merch boxes are covered in shite scenes. Last out of back 4, Dan Burn.
I'll give him a 5. Didn't really do much in the game. Probably needs a rest. Not probably does need a rest because he's played a lot of football. So I'll give him a 5. And nobody really had a run at him yesterday to expose him. So, of course, down that side, you had Kyle Walker, who's in a 30-odd-year-old. And I think the fact them being out with 10 men, that didn't, for some reason, they didn't target Danburn, which I find odd. Maybe they didn't expect him to play. I don't know.
Lee, I said banger. Lee, I did say banger.
Yeah, I'll give him a 5.
I'll give him a 4. I thought him and Shaw were poor yesterday. I can't get over that program fucking profile picture. God fuck's sake. Ian says a 5. John says 4 for Burn. William says 5 for Burn. Ben says 4 better in centre back. Only if they are returned to the warehouse in the condition Lee would you like a same pair for fuck's sake. Paul Glad Chip I said he would have some. He would have some.
Have some more.
Same boxes for Paul Glad.
Oh no.
David says Burn 5 okay. Right into the midfield. I'll start with the goal scorer. Mr. Guimaraes.
9. Play like a captain, led by example, got the first goal. And I mean, what more can I say about that? So 9 out of 10.
Who's Willock?
I'll give him a 7. He did okay. Still wanted a bit more from him.
I forgot to do my Bruno score 9. I thought him and Chow would have won two of the better players on the pitch, and for Ramsey, Willock, sorry. I thought he did some of his runs was all right. I'll give him a 6. Bruno 10, fucking legend Vamos from Julie. Julie just says all day on the last box, that's for fuck's sake. Ben a 9, Ian a 9, Bruno a 10 from William. David R says Peter may like whoever was saying boxers ball. If he's watching, he probably will. 7 from Julie, 7 from Ian, 7 from William. John 7.5 for Willock. Ben 7.5 for Willock. Last of the front midfield 3. Ramsey.
I'll give him a 5. I thought he was a bit quiet and like to have seen more from him, and I was a bit and then he lost his coffee book by handballing it and giving them a chance to get back in the game, so I would say 5.
I'll give him a 3. I thought he was poor when he conceded the penalty at the end. That's why I give him a 3. Ian says well, if that chance for Burnley went in the end, the whole team should get a 3. That's a fair point there, Ian. Because you can't be bottling a 2-0 lead, especially when you're playing against 10 men. Ben says Ramsey 5.1, Ramsey 4 from William. Ian says Ramsey 5. Ramsey, I wanted him in for 3. Was Ramsey quality on the ball at Villa, or is he just a good runner?
I just think he needs more games. He's not playing enough. He's playing one game and then he takes him out and doesn't bring him on. I mean, and the times he does bring him on, he doesn't bring him on long enough to get involved in the game. So just needs to play more, use him more. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, Martin says man of the match, Bruno close second. Aye, true. That's a fair point. That we'll go into the midfield front 3. Big Nick.
I'll give him a 5. He wasn't in the game, and he was just shattered. He just looked shattered the whole game. He just looked tired, and he needs a rest. So I'll give him a 5.
Oh yeah, I agree with the points on that. It was I'll give him a 5 as well. John says agree. Sam says agreeing with you. Ian says Nick 5.5. Next, as Nick 4.5 from Ben. Walter Marge 5 from William. Big Nick is not at 5. Anthony Elanga.
I'll give him a 7. I think he did what you would expect from a winger. Got a player sent off for them. Had a few promising moments, put a few good balls in, and he nearly scored a goal as well. So he's improving, but again, I want to see a lot more. So I'll say a 7.
I'll give him a 7 as well. He is starting to improve. Martin says Big Nick definitely needs to rest 5. All those before eating from Marshall County Christmas delivery from Galland. Elanga 6 from Ian. Elanga 6 from Martin. Elanga 7 from William. Elanga's improving 7 from John. Elanga 7 with the pace. Fair enough. And then the last one out of the starting 11, Gordon.
I'll give him an 8. He was a hell of a lot better. It's probably his best league performance for at least a year, I would say. Took his mat. Obviously, it was Kyle Walker, so he skinned him, no bother. Got a goal from the penalty spot, hit the bar, hit the post. Just he looked more like Anthony Gordon of what was signed and what the player of 2 years ago. But I want to just get that haircut, man. I mean, I can't stand him with that hair. Please, Anthony Gordon, get your hair cut. And I need mine cut, and I'm getting a cut this week, but please get yours cut as well, because it's
Who cut your hair? Who cut your hair like your mum?
The council.
Oh, God.
Nah, barbers. But, yeah, that was better from Anthony Gordon, and I want to see more from him, and I want to see that on a consistent basis now of either getting a goal or assisting for goals, because that's what he's on the pitch to do, and that's what he hasn't been doing.
Gordon 8.5 from Ben, Gordon 9 from William, AJ 9 from John, best game of the season. Gordon 8 from Julie, Gordon 9 from David R. But we need to see this again next weekend. Have a haircut. Lee says no open goal assist, so he can't be any higher. I'll give him an 8 and all. I thought did have a decent game yesterday. The first one in a while as well, so I'll give him an 8. Right, the subs. Subs. We'll start with Lewis Hall.
I'll give him a 7. He didn't really do anything wrong, and again, we'll look better as a team with him and Tino both on the pitch.
I'll give him an 8 because I thought he was a bright spark in the game. One of the bright sparks in the game in the second half yesterday. Poor Glenn Mercy and go. Right, poor Glenn's merch just said Gordon has been using the same shampoo I use, it seems.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Julie says 9 for Hall and 8 from David. Hall a 7 from William. Ben says Hall 7.9. Ian says Miley 7. Hall 7. John Green says Hall 8.5. And I've seen they talk about poor Glenn the count. Since Mr. Fleming has mentioned him, Lewis Miley.
I'll give him a 7 again. He's just steady in midfield, didn't do anything wrong, kept it simple, kept with taking over. So I'll give him a 7. He was fine.
I'll give him a 7. I'll give him an 8 as well, because I thought him and Hall were lively when they came on. Lee says an 8, Gordon. Lee says an 8, and then Martin says Gordon an 8. It was Miley 7 from John, steady game. Right, it was the next one. Who was the next sub? William says a 7 as well for Miley.
Was it Sula the next? No, was it Sula? No, Visa.
Aye. Visa?
Visa and Joe
What?
It was Visa and Joe Linton as a double sub, wasn't it, for Voldemort and Gordon?
We'll do Visa and then Joe Linton.
Tonali came on, but I'm not scoring him because he came on for literally 2 seconds.
Fair enough.
I'll give Vista a 6, just because it's his first game. Of course, he's a bit rusty, but there's promise there. You can see the promise is there, so I'll give him a 6, and hopefully that, he's got his debut out the way with. We've seen him. We know that he's there basically. So yeah, I'll give him a 6 because the promise is there. It's just, again, it was the limited time he was on for. That's all. Why I'll give him a 6. I mean, you could see him making runs, taking defenders away from other players, freeing up space. He was getting in behind the defence as well. So you can see when things click that you'll get chances, no doubt about
it. Ben says 8.2 from Miley, the person who used to live near me. Oh, nice one. Julie J says Miley is 7. David R says Space Songs think they win the league after one game. We wish we smashed them. I'm not going to say what I call. I'm not going to say what I call them, but I'm not getting Peter's challenge shut down. But all I'm just going to say is they are wankers. Unentitled bunch of hypocrites. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say what I call them because I'm not getting this challenge shut down. Julie J says we saw a 7. John says we saw a 7. Ben says we saw an 8. William says we saw a 6. Ian says we saw a 6. And Lee, it's the Tottenham fans who I'm on about. I'll give we saw a 7. I thought he was alright when he came on. I would have given him an 8 if he had crossed that ball a little longer in the second half. But apart from that, he had a decent game. Agree, Mason Constant and David R. I'll do it now. Next on the list, Joe Linton.
I'll give him a 5. He didn't really do anything when he was on. And it's a bit worrying because unless he's been told to manage his minutes, that's the only reason why I can suggest why he's not been the same for a while. I'll just think he's managing his load because he knows that he's had a few injuries, and I just think we're missing something from him. We're missing something from him in a game where he usually puts a crunching tackle in to get the fans going, or something. We're missing something from Joe Linton at the minute. Whether, like I said, it's down to game management and he's been told, listen, you need to ease off a bit, or what? I don't know. I'll give him a. Did I say 6 or 5? One of the two. I'll give him 6.
I'm going to give him a 4.
4?
I thought he was shite.
I think we didn't need to bring him on. That's my honest opinion. I think we could have left him off the bench and then played him midweek, or leave him for the Derby game. Personally, if he was going to play him in that. I mean, we had who else was on the bench in midfield? I'm sure I had another midfielder on the bench we could have bring on, or we could have changed formation or done something different instead of leaving him on. Tonali was on the bench. We could have brought Tonali on instead of Joe Linton. We could have, left Joe Linton free, but hey ho, that's.
Ben says, who do you think was man of the match yesterday?
I'm going to say Gordon.
I'd say Belanga because that was his most improved game yesterday.
Ooh, I wouldn't say Elanga. I'd say Gordon because Gordon had his full back on toast. He scored a goal, albeit it was a penalty, but it's the one game this season so far that I've seen Gordon. I thought that's the player that we had 2 years ago where he just ran at players. He just ran at them. Bruno was a very close second.
Aye. Ben says, Lee says they are definitely the most entitled in the Premier League by far. Most certainly are. Big Joe 5 from Ian, Joe Linton 5 from Julie, but Joe 4.9 from Ben, Jason 4.5 from John, Joe Linton 4 from William. Lee says 5.5. David said Joe Linton shouldn't be near the starting line at the moment. Ben, are you doing FA Cup draw tomorrow? You'll have to ask Peter about that. Lee says, fuck off, Lee. John says, Bruno man of the match. David R says, when we first fully fit, do you see Eddie playing him and Nick together or rotation only?
I think they rotate them until the Wizards fully fit, then who knows? I think
Probably after the
I think
time.
he'll play West in the Premier League and Baltimore on European games, depending on how far we'll get in the European games.
True. Last one, Tonali.
I'm not scoring him anything because he wasn't on long enough to do anything.
I'm trying to give him a standard 5. I'm going to give him a standard 5. Right, I do not have a photo for the referee, but the score for the referee.
Stuart Atwell. Was it Stuart Atwell, was it?
Aye.
I'd give him a 5. I just thought, despite what giving with a penalty and the red card, I don't think he was great at all. I thought he was it was a poor performance and he wouldn't let the game go, so I'll give him a 5.
Yeah,
Yes.
another one. John sees Sancho not on long enough to score. Williams sees a pass to Tonali, Ben Sancho 3.1, referee minus 1.5, Eddie 2, referee 6, referee 4, referee 6. Apart from what you just said, it was shit yesterday. I'm trying to 4. Last one, Mr. Howe.
I might give Eddie a 5. No, 6. I think, listen, you had to rotate, which is fine. I understand that, but I think some of the rotations were wrong. That's my opinion. I think you could have done a bit more as well. But we won the game, so I suppose you've got to give it okay. So I'll give him a 6. Ooh.
I'll give him a 6 as well.
Juventus equalised at Napoli.
I'll probably give him a 6 as well. John sees referee 6, Ian sees referee 6, Lee sees 6.5, Ian sees Eddie 6. Eddie 6 from William and Ben sees Eddie 5.7. Last one, the fun.
I'm going to give them. I'm going to give you. I know you were there, so I'll give you a 7 because I think it sounded flat at times when I was watching it. It didn't sound like there was a. It sounded like it was missing something. Like the atmosphere sounded flat. There was no chanting or. It started off how it usually does when I heard it on the telly where it was like two, and it just died a bit. The atmosphere.
I thought the crowd was a bit flat, like.
Whether that's because it was Burnley and you were expecting to win, that's possibly the reason. Like, but yeah, I'll give a 7. I just think it was a bit flat yesterday from what I heard on the telly. I thought it was missing. It was missing like a bone crunching tackle and something just to wake people up on the pitch. But again, when you're playing 10 minutes, it's pretty boring to watch because it was one-sided.
Yeah, I'm going to give him the fans a 7. The fans 7 6. David says any 6 were very close to scoring if they equalised last second. Lee sees 7.5. The two sees fans 10. Ian sees fans 7. Lee said it was missing YouTubers.
Everybody misses me.
Fans sees a 9 from William. David also sees Mason. I hear many people say the atmosphere seems as flat these days. How do you find this? I'm not off because one of the biggest mourners where I sit. I'm one of the biggest mourners around the people where I sit. I just sit there and anything that happens, I'm just on it straight away. But to be honest, it can be a bit flat at times, and I think when you get a certain man from near the Welsh border, South Wales border turn at the half the games, then it makes the atmosphere more shit. And that's not how it is.
You know who I am?
No, I meant the South Wales border, man.
Yeah, I know him as well. I know you know who I am as well. I'm sitting in Sinclair's seat, man.
Oh, God. Fans,
8 for some reason, same reason as Tipper. So, the man that Betty the class. Yeah. Something come to the kind of love it clean, love it, and you are hiding behind the doilies.
Why you got? Hang on, you're a Mackerman. You've got a trophy in there. You've never won a trophy for 60 odd years. So what you got a trophy in for? You absolute muppet. We just won a trophy 6 or 7 months ago. You pleb.
And John and Lisa said John Sinclair says he's Newcastle #1.
Mason saw him yesterday. You know, people. Mason saw
and
John.
I did see him. I have seen him.
In his blue shoes.
Oh my god, man.
Give me photographic evidence.
I've got the photo, like.
Amanda, I think you go and shag your brother, mate, because, you know, we hold the record. We've just beaten the last derby 3-0 2 years ago, so you clearly don't have a clue, do you?
You've just tamed out now.
I mean, your mother shags your brother shags your sister.
But I can view the deleted message, but what that man by the cat said, we hold the record. 0.3, 0.3. We sent you down. How many times? Haha, we want to know. How can
we send you down? We've sent you down more times in the kitchen sink, but you didn't see us bragging off. You didn't give a shit.
Does that if that man that does come back, do you mean the Northwest as well? How the fuck can he get back past the Northwest? Seriously, with the amount of trophies they fucking, with the amount of trophies Man U, the amount of trophies Man U, Man City, and Liverpool have won.
When was the last time they were in Europe as well? Oh wait, they've never been in Europe. Sorry. We're just playing the Champions League on Wednesday night, Amanda. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Something that you'll never ever be in.
John says 1973. That cup was 52 years ago.
Yes, 52 years ago, when most people were even born then.
It means it was weren't born then.
I'm 17 years away from being born. Right, all quiet now, isn't she, Amanda? Right.
Lee. Fuck's sake, Lee. But you people trying to see the comment, but I kind of know Julie Tears there said it, but what Lee said that the man that's saying the only thing getting pounded is your mucking dirty off. You wronging, man. What an absolute wronging. What do you want improved for Wednesday tippers and the Sunday game?
I think it's going to be another game on Wednesday night of rotation, because Sunday is more important for me. I want to batter them lot. I want to literally be next Sunday. I want us to be absolutely buzzing off the walls that we've beaten them. So for me, again, you've got to rotate. I think Voltamada and Burn definitely need rests. You can't play them midweek. I think I would take them out the fire line. If anything, don't travel them. Let them have a time off. Let them have a week here, so they're fresh going into the game. You could probably argue the same with Bruno. I'd rather keep him for next Sunday. But the rest, you could team selection. You could put a blanket over, because you could just rotate a few of them. You know, it depends on who's fit. So you may see Barnes playing up front on Wednesday night, or you might see someone like a Joe Willock play up front as a false 9 or whatever. Just if this has not 100% fit at the start of the game, then maybe you can give him half an hour or something. So is he registered for the Champions League? I don't know. So that's personally probably what I would do. And if we get beat, we get beat. If we get beat off Lever, out of the 2 games this week, I could gladly take losing to Leverkusen and beating Sunderland. I would gladly have that week.
Lee said they played 2 games in 1973. Wigan and Swansea has had more history in Europe than the Mackers. John's reminded the man that 3 cups in 5 years, 1951 to 55.
We've played more games of Sunderland in Europe in 4 weeks than Sunderland have in their lifetime.
I'm only 22. I'm only 22. I'm only 22, and I've seen Swansea win a trophy, Newcastle win a trophy, Swansea in the Europa League, Newcastle in 2 Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot now. There you go. That's it basically. Well done. Once Mr. Proudlock gets everything sort of the power cut, he's hard because that's why he wasn't on the night. We'll probably be back here tomorrow. That depends if we do some sort of FA Cup draw, or preview for the Bayer Leverkusen game either tomorrow or Tuesday. His next weekend's preview show will be massive, and most certainly will be, David.
I was going to say, Mason, I'll not be hanging about after this because I'm desperate for the toilet.
Leeds, even though last year we finished higher than you when they have been about 8 years, yet they have finished higher than seven since about 1950. Oh,
I think Amanda's way to shag her brother, that's why she's not responding.
Your gaffer's in the chat, Baz.
Where is he?
Yeah,
there he is. I didn't even tell him I was coming on, but magically he's watching. That's how ironic, isn't it?
Nice, that's my mic to come off your face.
It's not, man. It's Vaseline, so like, it's to make it look better. It's Vaseline. It's, you know, it's if you've seen that Top Gear episode where he puts Vaseline on so to makes them look like they're doing the J tickets, J turns in the cars better. That's all I've done. It's just
right, Christian, the lad who I sit next to, I tell him what was going on, and he said, I've just sent a ticket. I thought, he's a fucking meal. That's what
Mason, Christian wants your ticket. Look, he wants your ticket. He wants that ticket. Look, you pay for it.
It's not even mine anymore. It's somebody else's. But hey, I asked about if anybody wants it, and then when I said such and such was at a wedding in Wales, and obviously I was waiting for my cousin to get back this. He said, "Oh, I've just sent me ticket." I thought, you fucking stupid cunt. Unity says she's been put out.
Oh dear, she's off to shag her brother.
Alright, let's see if there's maybe about you from Leeds. Does your gaffer really have a gland?
What?
Does your gaffer really have a gland?
Ask him. He's in there. Look, he's just off on it, yeah.
Christian, that is not my name anymore. It's in the lad's name who sits next to me. He wasn't there on Saturday because he had to go somewhere. I don't know if he said he might not be at either the Fulham or the Chelsea game because he's going to New York.
Oh. If he's not at the Fulham game, I might be able to go because I think I'm finishing. I'm not sure what shift I'm on.
He said he had a Chelsea or the Fulham game. He can't because he's at New York.
I'm off on the Thursday after the Fulham game though, so I think I'm in 9 to 5 or something on the Wednesday. But the Chelsea game I can't go because I'm on late, so I can't do that long.
Christian, I don't know. John said Mason 81. So my first game when I was 7 of these is in. Wow. My first game was when I was 10-year-old. Inside Ukrainian team. Christian says, you want this next year all season. I'll let you know. You and let us know what happens with the lads who are sitting next to. What game you've done up and yet. If you're sitting at the Chelsea game, I'll let you know. You might have it. You might have that ticket. Chipperfield at work.
Well, I'm at a Chelsea game, so I can't have it.
He said he's not in the Chelsea or the Fulham game because he's in New York. So he said at the Tottenham game. 1 week away, 1 week to pass. Right, that's us done, people. Before we go,
I'm gonna have a massive piss when you hang up here. Like I'm gonna piss like a racehorse.
Thumbs up if you enjoyed tonight. Subscribe if you are new. hit the notification bell for the next 4 days. So it'll be either tomorrow or Tuesday. And big thank you to Chipperfield for joining me tonight at very short notice because of Peter's unexpected power cut.
I'll just pat myself on the back there. I'll just.
Yeah, thank you everybody for joining tonight, and we'll see you whenever. Christian just said Chipper has a very big, well penis.
I may as well do. They have not had a wank.
Oh yeah.
Last night I didn't. I tell you now, the bloody Roger and I gave me bloody ham shank last night. Like Jesus, it was all I want to shop.
So thank you, thank you, Lee. So thank you everybody for joining. And we'll be back either tomorrow or Tuesday. So good night all. See you there.
Bye.